I've never been to France before.
I don't have expectations, you know? Just easy going.
I thought it would be like most of the French movies that I'd seen.
Chrissy and I had been to France before on a bike, and I had been several times to France before.
I didn't know how having children along and friends along were going to change a trip to France.
I actually don't even think it's recording.
Well, I was just looking for little green men all over the place.
The only way we would get to France again is if there was some kind of a social element.
Rather than just yourself, you're trying to please a lot of people.
I don't see a red dot.
Sorry. So when the Brodegards said, hey, they want to go to France, we said, great idea.
Bonjour! Welcome to Paris 2011.
Let's hear it.
Bonjour! Welcome to Paris 2011.
Wait, no.
Bonjour!
Hold on. Start over again.
Bonjour! Welcome to French Castles 2011. Right now we're in a very small town. We're about to head to other small towns and maybe hit some castles today. Very excited about it. Grant's eating some applesauce. Steph and I just had gyros.
How was the sleep last night, Chrissy?
Great, we had a rainstorm, tornado-ish. We survived.
J'arrive pas à te l'avouer mais je suis tombé sous ton charme. J'ai trop lutté contre mes sentiments, je dépose les armes. C'est sans doute ce qu'on appelle l'amour qui aurait pu dire que je...
For all of us on these bike trips, we like to go as stingy as possible. A groomed, manicured apple orchard that seems like it should be free. We're all over it, just stuff in our bags.
There's this French dude comes up to Stephanie.
Oh, is this someone's orchard?
I don't know. Is
I'm
it?
up on the hill. And I'm like, oh no,
Juste
this could be
congèle.
bad.
I was talking really loud.
Vous avez raison, parce que les enfants, ils jouent au ballon avec les balles, avec les pommes.
Ouais, ouais.
He's actually
Ils cassent
very
les carreaux à la salle
excited
des
that we
fêtes.
were eating his
En France,
apples.
ici, article 22. Démerde-toi.
This is a delicious apple.
Je connaîtrai ça un jour, j'ai pas le courage de te le dire en face. Je profite de cet instant pour briser la glace. Oh, j'ai trop de fierté.
Look at you hanging out so happily. Yeah, what are we doing right now?
And so we were just kind of riding along and kind of in between towns. And we decided to camp in this field. Actually, I decided that I should get everyone to camp in the field. So we just kind of lay it down. It's a pretty muddy field. There's no place to shower. No place really to put up your tent without becoming extremely muddy.
Je voudrais partir jusqu'à la mer.
We were biking through a small town and somebody in a car was honking like crazy. In France, it's not abnormal to have people honking. It's always in a very positive nature. This guy was extremely excited that we happened to be fellow cyclists, and we just happened to see him the next day as well.
Pour la caméra! Allez! Bonjour monsieur! Comment va? C'était vous hier? Dans la voiture? Oui! Qu'on t'a vu? Ouais? Oui, ouais, je me rappelle bien!
À Méréville!
Ouais, c'est ça!
Je leur ai dit!
C'est génial!
Vous avez
les
dormi
amis.
à Méréville? Vous avez dormi à Méréville?
Bah, un peu dans le champ.
Ah oui?
Ouais, comme ça.
Il fait pas chaud?
Ouais, bah, il faisait frais un peu. Ouais. Mais ça va?
Vous êtes d'où?
De Minnesota, aux États-Unis.
Ah d'accord!
Ouais.
Vous parlez bien français.
Oh, merci.
Bravo.
Voler un peu de paix, des refrains à la mer.
I went into the store. They thought I spoke French until I said something.
Blotti contre toi, quand tu veux on y va. Toutes les couleurs du ciel.
Bonjour.
So we slept in a field last night. It rained on us 14 times. And then we woke up pretty early. And we have a monster headwind. But we have pastries. So it's going to be a good day.
It's gonna be a great day.
So it actually wasn't that good of a day. A lot of mud on my tires.
On peut être juste toi et moi.
quelle région êtes-vous? Hein? Des États-Unis? Minnesota.
Des États-Unis?
Ouais.
Sí, pues lo que iba a decirle. États-Unis.
Oh là. Oh là. Hein?
On serait juste toi et moi, près d'ici ou là-bas, sans règles, dignes et sans foi. Quand tu veux, on y va. On serait juste toi.
He really wants to go back to the playground. The kids have been doing pretty well, but especially if we have plenty of playtime for James.
We're gonna go hit some castles today. Pretty excited about it. We're gonna see this one castle. I'll tell you what it's called. It's called Chambord. And apparently this castle, the French president still uses it. And there's a wall around the outside of the castle to keep the animals in. And so that whenever the French president has like a difficult decision to make, then he just goes out and shoots some animals. And that helps him make that decision. And that's why they have that wall around the castle.
Excellent. Partially true.
100% true.
Je voudrais partir jusqu'à la mer, m'allonger sur le sable, à prendre un peu l'air, et sentir les embruns, rester encore, rester jusqu'à m'en saler le corps. On serait juste toi et moi, près d'ici ou là-bas, sans règles, dignes et sans foi. Quand tu veux, on y va. Toutes les couleurs du ciel, à plein de bouteilles.
We're biking along this long and straight road, and at the end you can see the castle.
So as we're coming up on the castle, Steph and I decided to start galloping, and Randy realized too late that what we were doing was really cool.
It looks like I'm doing it.
No, you weren't doing it.
No.
But we stopped here in this little grassy area to eat some lunch.
Hmm.
And then we sat down, we set up, and then we were
Looked up and
oh my gosh, there's a castle.
that's France for you.
They're just castles.
Can't get away from them.
Oh yeah, the babies are missing out. The people got this one too.
Près d'ici ou là-bas.
He's so sad that we got a flat tire.
Là-bas tu peux tricher, là-bas on peut salir, là-bas on peut être juste toi et moi, près d'ici ou là-bas, sans règles, dignes et sans
How
foi.
much do you love France?
Quand tu veux,
How
on y
much?
va.
Do you love it a lot?
Toutes les couleurs du ciel, plein de bouteilles, rhum, du vin, du miel.
It turns out Bill's just a much stronger cyclist than the rest of us, so he had to pull both children and as many groceries as he could cram in the back of that chariot. On the first day, Bill decided to throw away his bike shoes and do the whole thing on tiny nub pedals in his sandals.
Digne et sans foi.
We're eating tabbouleh and dancing on the river.
On the river. So this is the little water valley right here. This castle
Lève-toi, c'était
Castle's up
la
there.
seconde.
Bill hasn't found the Wi-Fi yet.
Tous
But he's saying it wrong.
sur
It's
le
Wi-Fi.
mon réveil la pluie, je vais prendre ta douleur, je vais prendre ta douleur. Elle lutte, elle se débat, mais ne résistera pas, je vais bloquer l'ascenseur.
Even itty bitty farm roads are paved, and sometimes it's no larger than a glorified bike path.
Je vais prendre ta douleur.
We are on our way to Chenal-Sceaux, a castle.
I found some purple ones.
Babies are sleeping in the chariot.
Voila.
These are delicious grapes. They're just kind of explode in your mouth.
flavor.
Fantastic.
Mais ce qui s'est incrusté cet orage avant l'été, c'est que je suis de petite sœur. Je vais tout.
Je pense à toi. Toutes les nuits je rêve de nous deux. Toutes les nuits je pense à toi. Tout près de moi, je nous vois tous les. Dès que la nuit tombe, tu es dans mes rêves. Je m'imagine à tes côtés, embrassant tes lèvres. Sois ma maîtresse, apprends-moi, je serai ton élève, girl. J'aimerais être celui.
We were having the time of our lives in France. It was all brand new and all exciting, and so we were just happy to be there.
My girl, toutes les nuits je pense à toi. Toutes les nuits je rêve de nous deux. Toutes les nuits je pense à toi, tout près de moi.
What did the hippo say?
Give me a kiss.
Does Grant like your kisses? Oh, you guys are cute friends.
Well, we woke up early because we wanted to catch this 10:55 train. We were told we were 15 kilometers from it. Turns out it was 15 miles. Turns out the train left at 10:24. Luckily, it was 10 minutes late. Barely made it with all our bikes, all our luggage, our babies.
In 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes, get on it. Yay! Do it!
You want to go up there?
So Bill asked me if he wants to go up to the top of this hill, and I say yes. I didn't know that, well, that's the last that we would see of Bill.
Yeah, I think we parked our bikes and walked up it. The rest of us that weren't pulling the load. James, what does the doggy say? What does Daddy say? What does Mommy say?
We stayed in this small town called Martel. There was this awesome campsite. I mean, it was right in the town up on the
And
hill.
really, really cheap. What was it, like $2 for a campsite?
We stayed the night so that the following morning we could go to the market.
Yeah, we were on a mission to eat goose liver pate. Foie gras.
À l'heure où saut l'écorce, j'ai failli la force. Cling, baby, fils de chat.
Foie gras.
Foie gras.
L'empire comme frappé de stupeur ne sait que faire de temps des mois. Acte de l'ère de la terreur, où le temps du chacun chez soi. Ouvert le bal des damnés, c'est qu'elles ont vente sur ton palier. Fils de cham chante misère et autres.
So this is Rocamadour, one of the most beautiful churches I've ever seen in my life. It's a series of 7 cathedrals that's actually built into the side of this cliff. This was one of the things I liked a lot about the trip, is just being able to go into these really old cathedrals and churches and just to feel the reverence.
Je ne sais pas comment te le dire dans les yeux, mais dès que je te croise, il y a dans mon cœur comme un pieu. Je ne sais pas comment font les gens heureux,
So we started out this morning, headed off down the road, got about 3 miles down the road, realized we'd gone the wrong way. We hopped on this awesome bike path, looks like nobody uses it. And so we just kind of cruised on back through the dark jungle. I saw Robin Hood, it was amazing, he was running through the jungle. Then we came up this hill here, saw this beautiful castle over here. You can't see it right now because of the fat tourists. Let's hope they don't actually speak English. And that's what we're doing.
Good film.
So we got 100,000, no,
100 miles to go today.
100 kilometers. It's gonna be a
Awesome.
long day, huh, James? It's gonna be a long day.
J'ai passé des jours et des jours durant dans le noir à rechercher la sortie d'un sommeil labyrinthe. J'ai retrouvé le fil, tué le minotaure.
So this is a medieval castle, and there's a difference between medieval castles, which are built to defend against people trying to kill you, and some of the other castles which were used to show off how much money the king had. But these castles that we went inside, just the walls were 20 feet thick, and you had little holes where you could shoot pointy things out at people, and they had a gigantic crossbow that was big enough to kill a horse or maybe several horses.
J'ai bien trouvé le temps d'apprivoiser le cerbère.
Combien de temps avant l'amour suprême et l'admiration des gens?
So we had grapes and apples and figs,
Little peaches.
little peaches.
And we certainly didn't have to buy fruit along the way.
Combien de printemps avant nos fiançailles et plongeons dans l'océan? Combien de temps?
So a warm shower is where people will let you take a shower in your house, and it's specifically for touring cyclists who have no other plans and don't want to spend money.
And she fed us breakfast.
She did feed us breakfast, and she was very excited to see us, but we camped outside.
L'espoir fait vivre, l'espoir fait vivre. Vivre d'espoir, vivre d'espoir fait vivre.
Oh, in your mouth?
Till last day.
In the hottest.
We had no idea what to plan for temperature. We knew it was late August, and it was southern France, and it could be incredibly hot. We looked on Google Earth, and a lot of people had swimming pools. So we figured that meant it must be really hot. But luckily, it really was only one day there that it was very hot, and it was pretty hot that one day. Nice.
L'espoir fait vivre. Vivre d'espoir, vivre d'espoir fait vivre. Vivre d'espoir, vivre d'espoir fait vivre. Vivre d'espoir fait vivre.
Luxury at its finest, first class, own car. Each of these sets of 4 chairs actually flatten out into a large king-size bed, vibrating with a little massage that comes around later. I hear.
Madeleine, Madeleine.
which was exactly the same as the rest of our clothes.
We found a church, and so we were just kind of crossing our fingers that maybe someone at church would let us come to their house, even just to take a shower or to relax. Just the campground was just so muddy and dirty and far away. And our prayers were answered.
Entre rose et jasmin, la gosse, c'est toujours ça, n'est-ce pas? Que les moricots n'auront pas ma Madeleine, oh ma Madeleine, oh ma Madeleine. Pratiquer beaucoup en tout point conforme à ses voeux. Madeleine, Madeleine. Madeleine, tant de crises oblige ma Madeleine thésaurise tant que faire se peut. Valeurs et devises, qu'on se le dise, tiennent chaud dans les moments de peu. Que crève ton sans-papier sur le palier, sarrasin dans le champ du voisin. Grâce à son beau bête de laine, ma Madeleine peut enfin passer des nuits sereines.
Biking through France is like biking through a painting.
I think we need to make this an annual event.
Best trip ever.
Foie gras.